Welcome back to Reconstructing the World with me, Anders Morgenthaler. I'm the host. I'm back at 3. And right here on my left is most sustainable architect in the world, Anders Lenner, standing on smallest podium centimeter rise ever made. And there's a reason for that, right, Anders? What
exactly.
is
This is a block floor, but it's not only a block floor, but it's also made out of waste wood. And today we're going to talk about the use of waste wood in this building. And in EU alone, there is 60 million tons of waste wood every year.
Quite a lot.
It's growing. Most of it, especially in Denmark, where we have around 400,000 tons, is incinerated.
Yeah, and there's a reason why we're doing that in Denmark. Is because Denmark is one of those countries in the world that has the highest amount of central heating system. And central heating systems are really well. It's super fantastic. If it was not due to that we burn every fucking material in the world, right?
Exactly. It's kind of a counterintuitive of what we're doing here.
Hey, look how good we are. Hey, look how much we're doing bad. Great,
yes.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, so and this material here, is it the floor for here?
This is no, it's not the floor for here. This is in all the entrances, and there is going to be some cafes and some more public functions in the building. They need a floor that can really take some beating.
And can I just interrupt? Not to be like, the annoying guy, but we're on the 3rd floor, so there's a little hard entrance here. I'm just saying, just don't want to fuck it up.
But you wanted to film here?
I didn't. But I didn't know that was for. But okay, the thing is, we can't film on the ground floor because there's so many working down there. There's so many machines, so many ghosts from a former, graveyard here. So that's why we moved. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take back the ghost thing. We're not agreeing on the spiritual thing.
Can we come back to the
let's
floor,
come back.
please?
Yeah, I know.
So the cool thing here is that we've managed to get a lot of waste wood into the building.
Yes.
It's very close to 1/4 of all the wood in the building.
Yeah.
We have 4,000 cubic meters of wood in træ, which is a lot of wood. So today we're going to talk about our different floors, because we also have some wood floors on all floors here. They're over there. We're going to talk about them. Then there's the walls.
We'll come to that. So let's start with this. This is made out of blocks from what kind of industry?
It's blocks from the wood industry, and one of our first mock-ups we did was this one, and it was more to show that if you took this is you can see that it's from an old. If you go close, it's from an old roof structure. So it's a beam from a really old building.
Yeah.
So it's cut in pieces. When you cut it in this way, all these structures that you see are way harder this way than the other way. Which means that you could cut a really thin piece and even cut a piece of wood that's not high quality. So it doesn't have to be oak. It doesn't have to be kind of a slow growing tree or type of tree. It can be something else, which means you can make a very efficient and hard wood by cutting it the other way. And that's why.
And that seems even counterintuitive, right? Because normally when you cut that, if you have it like this, you can break it easy, right? But as a floor, it's super strong.
Yes.
In terms of what is called
use.
Yeah. Wearing.
Yes.
So like this way, it's super good for wear down.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's when you go to an old factory building, like in a shipyard or something like that. Many places they had these types of block floors, because you could roll super heavy things on them without them breaking. Where if it was like we know classical boards, they would just break and get scratched and so on. So it's a really smart way of using actually not very good or hard wood, cheap wood. Yeah, but try and break it.
You're really fucking trying to prove you wrong now.
We saw how strong you were when we were carrying these things up to this floor.
Okay, so this is in the entrance area. What is the wood from here? Do you know the source from the waste?
This particular one is a mock-up, so it's a test where we got some construction wood that was cut down.
Like this kind of wood, right? So this is like this cut into that.
That was some of our first mock-ups where we just took some. You can see the end wood there.
Yeah, here.
All right, zoom in and then show.
I love that you tell the photographer to zoom in
No,
because
it
he
was
would.
you. It was you.
How am I supposed to zoom in?
Go closer.
Yeah.
This is how you zoom in.
Yeah, we'll solve
You
all
look
this
closer.
in debriefing. But let's continue.
And you can see kind of the rings, how close they are. And this one is of course fast growing wood, so it's not like particularly strong this way. So you can make.
But this is the kind of material that the hard floor here would be made of.
Yes.
The ground floor.
It could be, but it's still soft. And in the wood industry, and that's where we are looking now. In the wood industry, there is so many offcuts.
Yeah.
So you which we just incinerate or becomes waste streams. And these types of wood, can I get this one?
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay?
Totally
This one
okay.
here.
I'm not offended. Zoom in.
It's
Normally
just,
you would say that.
This is just pine tree.
Yeah.
So it's not particularly hard.
Christmas trees,
Christmas.
basically.
This is Christmas trees.
basically.
And
really big Christmas trees. But anyway.
and then they become this hardwood floor, and you can see even the thickness. As here, this was the mock-up the first time we did it, so it was way thicker, and then it ends up like this and becoming a hard floor. So that's really making a good sense to do this.
But still, do you know the sources where the waste tree comes from? Your construction tree or whatever?
It can come from wherever.
Okay. So
In
that's
this
it.
case, some of it comes from offcut in the wood industry.
Okay.
Because only 25% of the wood from a trunk becomes actually
Oh
wood
shit,
that we see
25?
here. Yes, so we have 75% waste from the wood industry. This type of waste.
It's not waste anymore due to you. So that's the floor that's in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have something over here, right?
Then we have another type of floor. So this particular floor, like everyone, at least in Denmark and Scandinavia, from the 70s knows these kind of hardwood floors.
It's called parquet.
Parquet.
Yeah.
And at least my generation, you're way older than me, right?
I'm not way older.
But do you still like it, or?
No.
Good. Then we're probably same generation. But
I only said that because it made me feel younger.
the interesting part here is that it's still being sold a lot because it's a very efficient wood. This is from Junkers Flooring. That's one of the biggest parquet floor manufacturers in, I think in
the world.
Maybe in the world.
Maybe.
World's biggest. But when you have a large production, and what is interesting here is that they, where they use energy on this is pine and birch and these types of wood types, they press it super hard. And when you press it super hard, it becomes a hard wood floor. Makes sense, right? But you use energy for it.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
Okay, so these hardwood floors.
Yes.
When you manufacture them and you do millions of square meters of flooring, you have a lot of waste.
Yeah,
it's just how it is. We call them offcuts.
Yeah.
And they're produced in super long boards.
Yeah.
And when they package them and so on, they have both, pieces that need to be cut off because they are just too long in the manufacturing.
Yeah.
Mistakes, all someone only wants to buy, 55 square meters, then there's in the packaging there are more left. All of these waste pieces, which is a lot, gets collected everywhere, gets collected in the production, and until now has been incinerated. So what we came up with was that we just mixed all the different types of wood types. So birch.
So this is both birch, pine, whatever.
All kinds of, and actually it's not the hardwood. You can also get, I think they have oak, but it's more particular like redwood and some lighter types of wood that you can then compress so they get hard. These different colors are then mixed everywhere here.
Yeah.
So we just collect them and in the different lengths, adapt them to this floor. So they are, as you see here, you have, here there is maple, we have beech, and
So it has like a coloring. It has a coloring. Look at this. It has a coloring. It'll have a coloring play effect, right?
exactly.
Oh, it
So
actually
it's
looks
just mixed together.
Yeah.
So in a random way, they create a pattern,
that's super cool,
which
man.
is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And
So,
we could
but
see
it's also sorry to interrupt, but it's also a what we talked a lot about. This is an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Where we go up against a typical aesthetic saying everything should be the same color and all this.
Yes.
Now you're actually teaching people that this could be super funny and nice and
So
you're so sustainable.
It's very nice.
Really
It's going to
sustainable.
look super cool, and it also gives us the freedom to just use if we have 200 square meters of one color and so on, and then we mix it, and then we can use
love
everything.
I love it.
All right.
And so by doing this, just the floors, you have already cut the emission of new materials by
Yeah, but here
tons.
it's we have all the flooring here in the 14,000 square meters are
Jeez.
this, and then minus where we have the block floors. So we have that in the cantina over there, 2 floors, and in the entrance. So I think it's around 11,000 square meters of this type of wood. So it's a lot.
I really do have a crush on you.
This is something that we didn't end up doing, but we are working on it right now. I just wanted to show it.
Oh yeah.
So because I think you think it's really interesting, and I think you got, because I was surprised about this. You know what this is?
I'm guessing Harry Potter or some kind of Viking relic, maybe.
It's a wood screw.
It's a
These
wood.
things.
It's a wood screw.
So
I'm
so
really
we-
being patient here.
We talked about this the last time.
This is CLT.
Yes.
And this is new wood.
This is new wood.
Yeah.
So what we dreamt about, and we actually have a PhD student working in our office
Yeah.
together with us, where we are trying to figure out how we can make recycled CLT. So these pieces, which you can see here, is looks like old floors, and they are actually not wood floors, but they are from dry loft spaces where you are drying clothing in middle of Copenhagen.
Yeah.
These are all toned down and made for apartments. But this is fantastic hardwood, and you could actually put them together, and then it starts to look like some of these pieces, right?
Who has this? So what you are working on
What
right
we
now is
dream
how can we
How we
Take-
can make this out of that.
take all of that waste, much of those waste wood materials,
Yes.
and turn it into new CLT building.
Yes. So KLH, be aware, we are coming with a recycled CLT component.
And you
Or
can,
maybe we can do it together.
or we can do it together. KLH is a big
They're doing
CLT.
this. They're doing this in Austria.
This is fantastic because we got into the debate about CLT building in wood, and I would like to emphasize Reconstructing the World, the channel, is of course not saying that we should build every building in wood.
we would
should.
never say that.
We would never say that. What we are always saying, or you are always saying, most sustainable architect in the world is renovate first.
Don't we say?
Okay, you
Don't
say.
build. Don't build at all.
That's one.
That's one thing.
Yeah,
So use what you have
yeah,
and don't do anything about it if you can.
yeah,
But if built, if you have to
Yeah.
build,
yeah.
then you have to renovate and use the structures you have and add something to it. What
Yeah.
you add to this building needs to be recycled materials
Yeah.
or organic materials.
Yeah.
And if you build new, build out of wood, build out of circular materials.
But in a sustainable way. And we will do in upcoming episodes, we will do episodes about LCA, and also we will do episodes about how to find the right balance between production forest and wild forest. That will coming to the channel later this year.
Absolutely.
Okay?
But I would like to just say this wood screw you stand with there.
Yeah. The wood screw. Yeah.
The interesting thing is that we talk about that there's glue in these things.
Yeah.
You can actually put. You can see this is there's no glue. It's just screwed together with wood.
Of wood.
And you know what? You can also get the same type, but as a wood nail that you shoot in.
Yes. What is this?
So this piece here, this is for all the walls in here,
Yeah.
which is going to hold the acoustic material in, the recycled plastic acoustic material. But from the wood industry,
Yeah.
there is so much waste wood. Also from the construction industry,
Yeah.
waste wood. You can see, maybe you can see that here if you film out there, and a lot of the kind of build up before we do the finish on a building site is waste wood,
Yeah.
right?
Also
So-
like the rails over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And normally this is steel, but normally it's just made out of
Yeah.
wood like that. That ends up being incinerated, and that could have been cut up and used for something like this. So it's recycled wood that would have been incinerated. This is actually Douglas. So Douglas
Ooh.
wood. So this is high quality stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons for this being higher quality is also because of fire. Because the harder the wood is,
Yeah. The more dense.
the more dense, the less easy it burns. Also.
But this is an enormous amount of wood.
yes,
So, what
So-
we've been going through now is recycled
Yes.
flooring in the bottom, recycling flooring at every level,
yeah,
recycling these guys in the walls.
yeah.
What do you use? Normally you use aluminum studs or new wood studs.
Yeah, you would use. You would use in the kind of 90s and in the beginning of 2000. You would have all these kind of steel, these perforated steel
Yeah, I know.
surfaces where you would have acoustic material behind it. But in this case, you could also have gypsum that's perforated
Yeah,
with acoustic material behind it, and or you just have something, carpets on the floor.
no, but still, it's an enormous amount of wood, right?
What we have here is, I'm very surprised that we have in the interior, when you count also, we have all the kind of the glass partition walls,
Yeah.
like for meeting rooms where you want it transparent.
Yeah, yeah.
Those framings, they are for the cantina and all the public spaces here. They're also going to be recycled wood pieces
Yeah.
that are put together to longer pieces, so it's short pieces that are put together.
So what is the?
And all together,
Oh shit!
it's almost 1/4 of all the material, like wood material in the building. So even though the slabs are massive wood in 200 millimeters, so they are this thick, and we have the columns that are 40 by 40 centimeters,
Yeah.
then still covering the floors, the walls, the ceiling, and these glass walls partitions for meeting rooms, we have so much material that we have
Yeah.
recycled.
So, how much cheaper is this project, or more expensive?
So actually, you're walking in that direction. You're walking away from the
I'm
product.
still fucking trying to show you how to make television. Is that if I, the host, keep walking, then you follow me.
I'm trying to show you how to build a sustainable building,
Yeah,
and then
but-
you're on my ass all the time. I don't do this every day.
I'm not on your ass.
To me
So
that I can't
economy.
walk
Let's
after
talk
you,
money.
and it's like,
I'm the Wall Street guy. Where are you going?
why are you not following me? We were supposed to walk.
Yeah. So the economy, Anders.
The economy. It's a good question. Yes.
You've turned
Yes.
most of the interior is now recycled wood, right?
Yes.
And what is that in terms of money?
So if we take
So
this
we
one,
went all the way around without finding a place to film. Great. Maybe I should work on my television skills. Okay.
so if we take this type of flooring, the parquet flooring, that is actually a really economic, meaningful product. It's the same price as new Junkers flooring parquet. So it's not more expensive, it's not cheaper, but it's super sustainable choice. So that's pretty cool. We like that, and you can dance on it.
No, I'm just showing how people walk around this flooring all the time. Anyway,
so these
are
actually
normal floor,
cost neutral, and this is the first time on large scales that I know that Junkers is doing this together with Again. So it is a new product, but it's large scale. So it's getting way cheaper.
Word.
I'm pretty sure. So this is really good. So when we move over here to this,
need to follow him around.
This is actually way more expensive than that floor, but it's also used for the entrances.
Yeah.
And the entrance is actually a floor that needs to take a lot of water, beating materials coming in and
people
out.
People fighting on it.
So it is a more expensive floor, but again, there is so many types of flooring and economy. So this is kind of a high-end floor, but it's absolutely economically feasible to use. We have it in the canteen and we have it in kind of the entrance.
So it's a bit more expensive.
Yeah. So in general, most of these products are cost neutral.
Yeah.
A few of them is more expensive than the product we would have chosen normally for this. And a place where we are looking into something that is more expensive is the glass partition walls that are for meeting rooms.
Yeah.
There we have a product that Deco is making,
yeah,
where all the frames are waste wood, as I said, and it's recycled glass. And that product is more expensive than kind of a normal product.
But what about that one? Also more expensive?
No, the wood is actually not more expensive, and I can tell you, I think this is cost neutral.
Okay.
But all the wood on the facade, there is wood pieces all the way up on the facade.
Outside this one.
On the outside. Yeah. That is going to be thermo-treated waste wood. So wood like this that has then been treated to heat it up, and all the terrace boards that we're going to look up on the terrace. Yeah. That's also waste wood, and that's cheaper than new.
That actually ends today's episode, and I am still super convinced that you are most sustainable architect in the world. I keep getting confirmation that he is, and I will not.
We are trying. We are a lot of people doing this.
I know that. For you who doesn't understand irony or satire, it is a joke. Partly a joke, part truth. Yeah. Okay.
You told me that it was the truth. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in the program.
So, we're wrapping this episode. Thank you for following Reconstructing the World. Like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Share it. You know what I mean. See you guys.